So another factor to consider is paper weight, the thickness of the paper. Uh, the thickness of the paper is generally referred to as weight. And there's two ways that it's mainly calculated and talked about. So that as a print salesperson might be talking to you about paper, they're going to say, well, we're going to looking at an 80-pound paper or a 50-pound paper. And you might be thinking, what does that mean? Well, when they say a 50-pound paper or 80-pound paper or 100-pound paper, they're talking about the way that the paper is measured um, and through the weight. And that's generally a formula where they take 500 sheets of the paper, and it's of a base sheet size. So if it's cover paper, it's going to be 20 by 26. If it's text paper, it's 25 by 38. And then they put 500 sheets and they weigh it, and whatever the weight is what they call the weight of the paper. 80-pound paper or 80-pound or 100-pound paper, and so on. So a thicker paper is going to have more weight to it, so it's obvious, and it makes sense. You say 100-pound paper is thicker than 80-pound paper. Another way to measure paper, and that you might hear it referred to, and this is more for thicker papers, cover stocks, is by the point, and that's through a caliper. So they might say that's 10-point paper or 7-point paper, and when they say that, they're talking about the actual physical measurement of the thickness. So a caliper is a tool that's shaped like a C clamp, and it clamps very lightly onto the pen. It measures it in thousandths of an inch, and whatever that number is becomes the point value. So 7 thousandths of an inch becomes 7-point paper, is called 7-point paper. So yes, 10-point paper is thicker than 7-point paper. So it's logical in both instances that the higher the number, the thicker the paper. But it's just good to know that you're going to hear both of these terms and to know what they're talking about. Some other qualities of paper to consider are smoothness, whether it has texture, if it's smooth, the opacity. Can you see through the paper at all? Its color or shade, if it's recycled, and grain direction. We're actually going to talk about grain direction a little bit here.